Hello everyone, random Saturday morning video. Got a few things to talk about. First of all, we'll talk about my Saturday morning. Fell asleep on the sofa last night actually. Woke up at 3:29, needed a wee, and then I went and got in bed. I didn't go to sleep till about 2 o'clock. I'm United right now on Football Manager 2019. Just putting Reece Nelson on the right wing. Emile Smith-Rowe replacing Pogba. Diego Dalot going at right back, Lindelof over to centre half, Marco Rojo at left back. I never heard this fella, a Swiss fella going up front, and someone that got a free contract in the middle of midfield there. So yeah, I'm back on Football Manager at the moment. Just won the Prem the last 2 years. Struggling, can't win anything else. Struggling in Europe. Anyway, back into the real world. Even though it's pretty real to me. I'm watching WWF Sunday Night Heat from the 30th of July 2000. I've paused it. Dean Malenko is about to take on Scotty 2 Hotty, I believe, for the light heavyweight title. Did you know the cruiserweight division in boxing is £200? In WWF/E, cruiserweight was £205, which is 14 stone 9. Now, I don't think Scotty 2 Hotty weighed 14 stone 9. But that's just my opinion. Back on the peppermint tea. I don't think I'm boxing until January 24th, which is going to be in Newcastle or somewhere in Yorkshire, I believe. I think Leeds. So that's when I'm boxing next. November 29th. I did something with Coogan and I did a lot of people watched it. It was good actually. It was good, I think. I was involved, so very good to say something's good when you're involved because you feel like a twat. Oh, that was good. It's hard, isn't it? Because it was me. So if I said it was good, then I just look like I've got a big head, don't I? Just look a bit of a div. But apparently it was good. So yeah, I think I'm boxing January 24th. I'd love to box in Newcastle again, actually. That would be my preferred option. If it was Leeds or Newcastle, I would pick Newcastle. Newcastle is a bit of a second home. Would I say a second home? It's somewhere I really enjoy to be. And United is playing Swansea now. McBurney playing up front. Went to school with McBurney. Schoolmates. Anyway, I'm going to move that over there now. So yeah, that's it really on that front. Other news. Tonight, going to do a watch along for Parker Wardley. Probably start it around 9. Maybe get the last 2 fights. Not going to do the whole show. Do Parker Wardley and maybe Taylor and Woodall. I think they're the top 2 fights on the card. Do a watch along for them 2 fights for people that either don't enjoy the commentary or B, haven't paid to watch it so they can find out what's going off. Now right on to bigger news. The biggest news of the week so far. Joe Hayden on Manage and Train. He's 20-0 as a pro now. His last 3 fights have been all against former champions. 3 wins, last one on the Matchroom card. He fights George Fejo Mensah from Ghana, who has 11 victories, 9 by knockout and 1 defeat. He fights him for the Commonwealth Silver title, which doubles up as an eliminator for the full Commonwealth title. So this is a big fight for Joe. It's up at welterweight. I think Joe's a natural super light welter. But he's not a small welter either, to be honest. He just can make super light because he's that on it and fit and lives the life. But we took this fight at welterweight with Mensah. And it's a good fight. It'll be on the card that I am co-promoting at Doncaster Dome, November 21st. Lewis Booth, Willie Harrison is the other co-main for the Central Area welterweight title. So we've got 2 really good fights, and Calvin Moyer's on there as well, who I also train and manage. But yeah, it's a big opportunity for Joe. A win here making mandatory for Konstantin Ersu. We don't really fancy the Ersu fight at welterweight, to be honest. It'd be too big for Joe, and at the minute, too experienced and too good, and that's all right. I won't ever let my boxers be self-aware. Joe Hayden's a cracking fighter. I think he'll win the British title at 10 stone. But fighting the top class kids at 10.5 stone, I just don't think he'll be big enough, to be honest. So hopefully he wins this fight and we see what Rafferty and Chamberlain do. And he's not far off that level, I don't think. He's really, really good. Anyway, moving on. Joe Howarth. No idea what's going on outside. Joe Howarth. If you watched the aforementioned interview with me and Eddie Hearn on IFL the other day, you'll see that Joe Howarth has a fight announcement Monday. Joe is the opponent's first fight at lightweight. His opponent is probably the best one of the best prospects in the UK at the minute. For me personally, the best prospects in the UK, the top three: Pat Brown, Leo Tang. I think a lot of people say Vizioli as well. Am I matchroom biased? I don't think so. I think Royston Barnes is a very good fighter. He's with Queensbury. And there'll be a few that aren't really standout prospects right now that will make it, that we haven't seen much of. There always is. That's always the case. There's always kids that you don't really, they weren't standout amateurs and they just come through. Mainly, but usually because they're strong as fuck. When they start doing 8, 10 and 12, they start to excel. Anyway, so Joe Howarth has big fight news Monday. So for me, as a trainer manager, probably the biggest 7 weeks of me training management life, really. Joe Hayden and Joe Howarth in big title fights. Joe Howarth will headline a Matchroom Next Gen in his. Joe will co-main event on my first promotional show for his first title. That's a big fight for Joe. Stevie Levy's in an 8-rounder on the 30th on a top-tier show. She wins that, she's in a title fight. Calvin got his third pro fight. Liam Carrigan will finally make his pro debut in December. I've got a whole host of kids waiting to be approved by the board and do the medicals and stuff. So it's all going off. It's all going off. Really is going off a lot. In other news, the National Horse Racing's starting again. Cheltenham was on yesterday. Sadly didn't get to see it. I will try and watch some of it today. But by the noise of upstairs, also may not get to watch it live at least. One more thing that I just remembered and I forgot. I'm on TalkSport at 12:30. By the time this goes out, it won't be far off 12 o'clock actually. So you probably miss it, but I'm on there at 12:30. If you watch this video within instantly of it going online and you watch it to the end, if you don't watch it to the end and you don't watch it within the first 6 minutes of it loading, you won't know that I was on TalkSport, but I am. Anyway, that's today's video. Just to catch up really. Thank you very much for watching.